So one of the first things that I think we noticed recently that really did annoy us was the treatment of State of Origin player Tim Glasby. He got picked in his first State of Origin and he gets hit with the image you see behind you, basically saying he's a shit player, he doesn't deserve to be there. Now, for any player playing State of Origin, it's the biggest moment of your life and you are ecstatic, your family's ecstatic, your friends are ecstatic, everyone's happy for you, and then you've got to cop this shit. Now, that to me is horrendous. Now, you're both ex-players, you've copped some shit in the media yourselves. What do you think when you see something like that?
I've only copped a little bit, so I think it all stemmed from after the first game. You know, when they just said Nate Big Forehead Miles has had enough. You know what I mean? Like that's some sort of personal attack. It's like, okay, I can handle you saying stuff about my game. You know what I mean? Because that's our professionalism. You know, if you're playing bad, cop it. That's the journalist's job, and that's what they do. But if you personally attack someone, it's just like saying I got a big chin when I don't.
You definitely don't.
Exactly. So what are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Don't turn side on.
But that's the same thing. I mean, like that's just like I said I can cop you saying, look, hey Willie, you played disgraceful. This. I can't do anything about that because I know myself. I played bad.
Yeah.
But if you personally attack me, that's a total different thing.
Too far.
And then I look at the Glasby thing and I'm like, damn, this kid, this is probably the best day of his life, and you ruin it. I mean, like he got the last laugh because Queensland won, but that's like some sort of bullying. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I was like, can he play? Can he run hard? No. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, Ren, you had you had a very successful career, but you also had a checkered career in terms of events that are outside of football, and you copped some shit in the media as well. I mean, that affected you on a personal level, and people don't think about that. Like, they just see you as a player.
I think, a lot of my issues were warranted, but you got to peel it back and think what's their agenda, the media, and it's to sell papers, and we're talking about it right now. So, in a way, they're getting their point across because we're having a conversation about it. But personally, attacking someone's image or how they look or anything like that, it's just garbage media. The whole thing is to be able to have an opinion on a person's sort of performance, and they can openly do that. But when you make it personal about what they look like, that's when it's just.
Is that the media? Is that the media just clutching at straws because they're just not selling as many papers as they were 10 years ago?
Print media is dying.
Print media is dying. Yeah. It's all social media. It's all about that, and it's like they've got to come up with some sensationalist bullshit that's going to really shock everybody by personally attacking someone.
Well, they don't put their name to the story, do they?
They didn't have the balls to put their fucking name to the story. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And
that's what pisses me off.
Yeah, and obviously you're worked up, and that's the thing, especially when you have a personal relationship. Like, you played with Nate and you won a comp with Nate, and he's a good mate of yours. And to see someone getting attacked on a personal level... He
didn't win a comp with us.
Didn't he?
No.
That's research. That is research right there.
I know who won the comp with us.
Basically, if you look at it from a personal level again, and it's a human, we're all people, and everyone has their limit, and I just think it's too much. If you take another example...
They cross the line.
If you take another example, that big Samoan kid who just got hammered for being big. I mean, all he was big. I mean, admittedly, the debate was about whether or not it should be weight versus age. But if you've got a kid, he's probably... They reckon he was 100 kilo. He'd be playing against 14-year-old kids. He's 7 years old.
Reni's 100 kilo. This first grader's under 100 kilo. Yeah. Do you want to play him against? Do you want to play the kid against grown men?
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like you're shaming some young 8-year-old kid. You know, as I go back to bullying and this whole society thing, this whole world now is all about not bullying kids and depression and how it leads down this dark road. Like, if he turns out to be a thug, a gangster, kills someone, does some shit real dumb, like it all form back to whatever you did to him when he's 8 years old. You know what I mean? Like it's a ripple effect. You know, you think this is not going to harm this kid for the rest of his life? He got named and shamed in papers. He's on a current affair and all these other media outlets.
And the worst part is he stopped playing footy.
He stopped playing. It's the only thing that he loved.
A 7-year-old kid.
Probably come from church. A young Samoan kid. Probably come from church, playing his game, having fun with kids. Wasn't absolutely bulldozing anyone. He's just playing his game. Now he's stopped playing. That's ridiculous.
And this is a new thing because I mean I was a big kid. I was oversized and I went through and was playing rep stuff obviously at an early age because I was bigger. It definitely wasn't my skill level. So, but then, that's 30 years ago now obviously, but there was no talk about it. Then all of a sudden this is becoming a topic whether kids should be too big and it's getting driven again by the media, sensationalism.
Well, I mean, it comes back to the editor at the end of the day. They've got control over what the journalist prints or whatever they speak about. They need to take accountability for what they do. You don't know, as Will touched on, what sort of life they're going to lead after they might get some publicity about and getting bullied. So it's about the journalists taking accountability and learning some language to use when they write their stories or when they speak their stories, because they need to sympathise with the person, unless they're stating facts. If they're stating facts, then fair enough. But if it's opinion, that's when it gets a bit too grey area-ish for me. And I can't really sort of support someone that's sort of just having an opinion who's never possibly played the game or never had, never been bullied in their life. So
with NRL players, obviously it's different with that little 8-year-old kid. With the NRL, obviously you sign a contract, and they own your image. They can put whatever they want about you on the papers, in the papers, on the news, wherever they want. But it has to draw a line somewhere where it comes to...
Do they own your image? Is that what happens?
Yeah, they own our intellectual property.
Do
That's why we don't have our names on our back and we can't make any money off whatever we do. So,
yeah, right, I didn't know.
Which sucks, but that's a whole different matter.
Learn
but
things on this show, right?
Yeah, but as I said, I mean, like, you do sign up to cop criticism, but not personal criticism. Like you can easily cop stuff if you fuck up in, just say if you DUI, assault, all this kind of garbage that happen, drugs, all this sort of stuff that does happen in sport, you're gonna wear it. But I mean, I just think they're just gonna draw a line where somewhere they just can't really, really hammer these people personally.
I guess from a different perspective, and I'm leaving it open. Like, are we too sensitive as well? You know what I mean? Like in the developed world with technology and how easy information is accessed. Yeah. Are we too sensitive?
Well, I don't think NRL players are sensitive. The young Glasby just copped it. He didn't come out and win.
Yeah.
It's just my point about them overstepping their boundaries.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't give a shit what they put out about me my whole career. It just didn't faze me. Yeah. And same as with you, because I'm real to myself. I always knew what I was. You know what I mean? Like, I knew my family loved me and my mates love me. That's it. I'm not going to go out there and just try and impress everyone.
I think the issue is that you've got a situation where everybody's talking about mental health and Are You OK Day, and there's some great...
This is society now.
There's some really good initiatives to try and make sure, because men traditionally don't speak about their feelings, they don't let things out. So if you've got a situation where on one hand we're saying, all right, everyone needs to talk about their feelings, everyone needs to be honest and open if they're struggling, and then on the other hand, you're holding footballers up as these gladiators that should just cop shit off wherever it comes from. It's not right.
There's a lot of contradiction.
There is. It's a contradiction. You get situations where you've got mental health rounds in the rugby league that are promoted, but then you've also got situations where blokes are getting hammered because of having a big forehead or a massive chin. Not that that's ever happened. Who's that? But you can't have those contradictions. You either have it one way or the other. I understand what you're saying, that it might look as if people, you should cop it, but realistically, should we?
Well, the media aren't employed by the NRL, so they can do whatever they want. It's their agenda to sell papers, be shock jocks, and say an opinion, and that's just, it comes with the territory, unfortunately. I don't agree with it, but it's not going to stop.